Well, good morning. I trust you all remember the difference between vision, mission, and brand statement. There is no test. All right. So, I remember taking a communications class when I was in college, and I got confused because the professor talked about hearing and listening as though they were two different skills. Well, since then, I've come to understand that there is a difference between hearing and listening. Hearing involves the ear's ability to process sound. Listening is the ability to attach meaning and discern what the ears have heard. So hearing is kind of a function of a sensory organ, and listening requires processing information, right? Listening also requires having some prior experience in terms of being able to attach meaning. For example, when I was in elementary school, our music teacher used to play a recording, a record. Some of you remember those. And it would be of a band, right, playing a song. And our job as students was to identify as many instruments as we could by listening to them being played. Any of you ever have to do that? So, in order to be successful, though, we needed to have prior exposure to some of these instruments. I mean, it's hard to pick out a bassoon, for example, if you've never heard one. Now, I grew up with a lot of music, but nothing that required a bassoon. I could listen all day and not be able to identify its sound in the recording that the teacher played. I could hear the music, but I couldn't listen. I couldn't discern the bassoon because I had no prior experience with it. But sometimes the inability to listen is driven by a reluctance to want to listen. Have you ever related to the following statement? I could talk till I'm blue in the face. Or been frustrated because you knew someone heard you, but you felt as though they just weren't listening.
Listen to me. Like I do this all the time, and if I go out at the house with the door, Matthew has his toys, and then Matthew has all his toys.
Okay, but I have to yell at you guys.
Okay, Linda, listen, Linda. Listen.
Okay, what?
Like everything they do at this house, you can't trust everything at Grandma's house.
Okay.
Okay, then what?
Then you're not listening to me.
Then you're not listening to me.
You're not listening. I said no cupcakes, and you try to get cupcakes and you try to ask Grandma.
Linda,
Didn't you?
Linda, lick it.
He's your little pop-ups, but he doesn't listen.
But Linda, honey, lick at this. Right now, we can't do anything if we can't get everything out of the wall.
I'm done arguing with you.
Linda, I'm done arguing with you.
Do you remember that little guy? That's from about 2014, right? And Linda, you're not listening. Apparently, the desire to be heard is evident at any age. So now that we've talked a little bit about the difference between hearing and listening, let's think about the difference between looking and seeing. Have you ever heard the phrase, once you see it, you'll never be able to unsee it? That statement suggests that we look at things all the time, but we don't necessarily always see them. Kurt is going to speak today about having clear vision. Our scripture lesson comes from Mark 8, And it chronicles the story of Jesus healing a blind man at Bethsaida, which is the hometown, actually, of Peter, Andrew, and Philip. Now, this story is intriguing because Jesus chooses to heal the blind man outside of town. So he doesn't do it in front of a big audience. He takes him away from the others when he heals him, suggesting perhaps that solitude is an important component to healing. Another interesting part of this story is that Jesus' first attempt to heal the man's blindness isn't totally successful. Now, obviously, that's not a reflection on Jesus' ability to heal, but it is a message about healing. Healing isn't always instantaneous. Healing comes in stages. If our healing were always instantaneous, would it offer us the same opportunity for growth and introspection? One of the most important components of healing is that it allows an opportunity to go inside and spend time with our pain and our fear. It helps us see ourselves clearly. Clear vision requires us to take off the blinders. It requires courage to see what lies before us or to see what came behind. Just remember, though, once you see it, you'll never be able to unsee it. And if that brings up some angst, also remember that you are not now, nor have you ever been, nor will you ever be alone. We hope you listen today so you can clearly see the plans God has for your future. Welcome to worship. We are so glad you're here.